This video is brought to you by Brilliant. To be honest, I've never been much of a sling guy myself, as I've always tried to separate my EDC to the things in my pockets and my backpack. This little Mio Mini pocket console was one of the reasons to even think about a sling, because it's awesome and I want to carry it with me all the time, even if I don't have the backpack at my disposal. So before we talk about slings, let me show you this tiny guy, and in the meantime, keep in mind that everything will be linked in the order you see it in the description below. So this is the Mio Mini V2. This ultra compact console is now part of my EDC. It is half the size of my iPhone, and as you can see, it is heavily inspired by the looks of the original Game Boy, with the exception of the shoulder triggers on the back and plenty of other stuff as well. This in particular is the retro gray color, which is more like the color of a prosthetic leg, which is why I picked it. At 110 grams, it comes preloaded with over 5,000 classic games in the included 32GB SD card. It is the perfect emulator for 8-bit and 16-bit retro games, being able to play titles from the Mega Drive, Nintendo Arcade PC, and a whole lot more. The 2.8-inch 640x480 IPS screen makes you want to lick it, but you won't have the time for that because you'll be glued playing for the next 5 hours. That's how long the battery lasts, which charges via USB-C, by the way. It comes with an included SD card reader and a carrying case, and I use the Mio Mini whenever there is a window of opportunity, since I much prefer that than playing on my smartphone. One thing that you couldn't do back in the day is save your games, which here you can, which is just awesome. Now, in terms of slings, I'd love to show you the most unpretentious sling that comes with barely any packaging at a price below what it delivers. The TomTalk Explorer HO2 sling is made from Cordura ballistic nylon, featuring Duraflex buckles and YKK zippers. Now, if you're not sure what this means, let me translate. Lightweight, extremely durable, and water resistant. There are 3 compartments, the main one being in the middle, while also having a much more secure one on the back towards the body. The main one is very well designed, providing plenty of separation options. I'm also a big fan of the single strap design with thickened shoulder pad and of course the overall minimal aesthetics. Usually I carry either the 11-inch iPad Pro or the Nintendo Switch, and if I want to keep my pockets free, I toss my phone in the rear most secure compartment. If I want to carry my laptop as well, all I have to do is throw the sling inside my main laptop backpack, where I have additional EDC tech at my disposal. In fact, if you want to know more about this full EDC kit, you can check out my previous video, which I'll link at the end of this one. If I want to go even lighter, TomTalk have a smaller version of the sling, which I purchased in white. It features pretty much the same pockets and organization, but in a significantly smaller size, which is perfect for when I want to move around light. Really, the main difference between the two slings is whether or not you want to carry a tablet. The iPad mini, for example, fits the smaller TomTalk just fine, and so does the Nintendo Switch, but that's pretty much the limit. But no matter which sling I go for, there's always room for the Mio Mini. By the way, if you end up enjoying this video, subscribe, because why not? While on the topic of the Switch, I finally upgraded to the OLED version, something I should have done a long time ago. The OLED version is night and day for 2 reasons. The OLED screen is, as you can expect, unmatched at night. All the games look 10 times better without being blasted with bright darkness for no reason, compared to the Gen 1, which didn't even support Bluetooth connectivity for the AirPods, which, as you guessed it, is reason number 2. In case you're wondering, I'm still struggling with Metroid Dread, while also having fun with Jet Cave. Oh, and I sometimes stream content as well, because the kickstand of the OLED version makes absolute sense. The iPad Pro is my everything tool besides video editing. Most of my business is handled on it thanks to the Magic Keyboard in combination with Notion, and I also use it to draw wallpapers and design widgets, which is where the Apple Pencil comes into play. Surprisingly, I don't find writing or jotting notes on the iPad something useful. I much prefer doing that on paper. Now, if you want to know more about my accessories around the iPad Pro, like the screen protector or skins, I'll leave a link to a video where I talk about them, and while at it, I will also put a link to my Get the Most Out of the iPad guide, which has been very well received. The iPad Pro for me is truly the bicycle for my mind. But if you want to give your brain a boost, let me share a course on Brilliant.org I took recently called Introduction to Algebra. Its tagline says, supercharge your thinking with the language of algebra. With challenging, bite-sized lessons, the course shows you how to see transactions as equations and visuals and graphs to simplify calculations, and even use coordinates to find current and future locations of objects, which works to make sense of anything from currency exchange to choosing a retirement plan. The applications of STEM span across both our professional worlds and day-to-day life, which is quite amazing. And Brilliant is a great place to learn math, science, and computer science. Terms that might put off some of us, I know, but don't be fooled. Brilliant's hands-on approach to learning gives you all the fulfillment, none of the pressure, and it's actually fun. Plus, there are new lessons added monthly, both basic and advanced. To get started with the app for free, visit brilliant.org/thisise or click on the link in the description. The first 200 of you will get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. In terms of my smartphone, I use the iPhone 14 Pro, and as much as I like to carry it naked, I always put a case on it at some point because of my kids. Recently, I switched back to the Pitaka Mac Easy Case 3, which is probably the thinnest case one can go for. Although it might seem that it doesn't offer much protection, paired with a screen protector, for example, this combo is strong enough for the accidental bumps and drops, given the fact that on its own, the 14 Pro is a very durable phone. With a case like the Pitaka one, you retain the slimmest possible form factor while protecting the device from the most annoying things like scratches and scuffs. Pitaka use extremely strong N52 magnets, which is where the next accessory comes in to satisfy. It is called the Mac Easy Grip. And as someone who hates everything that resembles a pop socket, this phone ring has nothing to do with such a thing. It's an ultra-thin ring that is so strong when it snaps into place that it makes you think it's a one piece with a case. At 4.3mm and 27 grams, it adds little to no bulk nor weight to the phone itself, while giving you the ability to hold the phone with confidence. An added bonus on the magnetic attachment is the ability to prop the phone horizontally. Now, it still works in vertical mode for a slight angle, but for the most part, you'll be using this to watch something while grabbing a bite, for example. I also noticed myself fidgeting with the phone thanks to this ring. I'll be sure to put a link in the description if you want to check it out and grab one. My current wallet of choice is by a company called ESR. Now, I've worked with them in the past, and I'm really happy to see the company growing and introducing new and polished products like this Halo Lock wallet and stand. It is a 2-in-1 wallet and stand, repeating myself for some reason, that features very strong magnets with zero side slippage. It has space for about 5 cards, and on the inside there is a ID window for when you need to show your ID to someone. The hinge on the wallet must have been taken from the Z Fold because it's very strong and opens up to almost flat. In terms of stand, it can be used any way you like. Finding the perfect angle is dead easy, and the phone can be used both horizontally and vertically. What I like most is that it looks and feels as any other slim wallet. Unlike the Apple MagSafe wallet, for example, it doesn't look out of place if it's used separated from the phone, like a normal wallet. The best part of this vegan leather wallet is the price. Can you guess what it is? Less than you think. Write your guess down and check it in the description. I was surprised what this little wallet has to offer for that price. In the Sling, I also carry a secondary wallet for some additional vehicle paperwork and some loose banknotes and other stuff. For that, I use Nomad's card wallet, which is one of my favorites and has been my primary for a long time. In fact, I still go back to it from time to time because it holds 10 cards comfortably, 3 of which stay in the external card slots for easy access. It's a great front pocket wallet because it's soft and it takes little to no space, even at max capacity. Moving to my Apple Watch, I just purchased an inexpensive strap called Ultimo. Now, I bought it purely for its looks, but I'm actually very happy with it. It has stainless steel hardware and breathable perforated nylon, which makes it ideal for working out and also using it on the computer without worrying about scratches. It's a good alternative to Apple's Trail Loop band at 1/4 the price. In the Sling, I also keep this knife, which was a 100k YouTube subscribers gift from some of the closest people around me. It's called Zero Tolerance, and it's made in collaboration between the American company ZT and a custom knife designer called Dmitry Sinkevich. It's a 3.25-inch blade paired with a light titanium handles, and it features an S35VN stainless steel blade. The ball bearing opening system is very satisfying to use, especially when I get to see the engraving that reads "Always be on the cutting edge." Thanks, you guys. Now, like I said, I prefer writing on paper, and for that reason, I purchased a Moleskine 12-month daily planner with soft covers. This fairly thick yet pocketable size notebook has all the bells and whistles you'll need in case you get lost in the woods, because it has dialing codes and flight durations. Now, all jokes aside, this is a great notebook for day-to-day tasks, which I get to enjoy in combination with Pitaka's carbon fiber roller ball pen. Oh, let me show you something really cool. This is a 15-in-1 multi-tool key thingy that I keep inside the keyring of the Sling. It's by a company called Screw Pop, and it's perfect for when I want to unscrew some camera gear or strip wire. Now, I won't be going over the other 13 things you can do with it because you can check them out yourself. On the other side, if you're wondering what this is, it is an AirTag holder keychain and another tiny minuscule multi-tool all into one. If you're interested in it, then head over to my full EDC video here. Of course, feel free to check out my EDC playlist as well. Like and subscribe to the channel as well as my newsletter. And as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. This is Z, over and out.